Well, good day. Uh, Welcome to the last installment of the Cold War for I don't know how long, maybe forever. Maybe I'm only just getting started. I really don't know where this is going, but I know I'm going back to BC tomorrow. And I have to stop all of this, obviously, because I'm going to be 35,000 feet in the air. But I'm also stopping it for another reason is because I think it's a little bit of a waste of time for me, especially to go to the time and effort to put out these little videos and actually send them to people and not get any kind of response at all. Uh, if they don't believe what I'm saying, at least they could have the courtesy to message me back privately if they're that embarrassed to be connected with me and tell me, please don't send me this kind of stuff, or you make me very uncomfortable with what you're talking about, or whatever it may be. I'd just like to have some kind of reaction and not just no response at all, because then I can't gauge anything, whether I'm doing the right thing or if I'm doing anything that's making any kind of effect at all. And it doesn't seem like it is making any effect. A few people like it. It's always the same people. They never comment. Or if they do, it's a one or two word response. There's not much thought put into it. Um, I put a lot of thought into it, and I drop little bits of information that are truth. If you choose to do a little research and find out if what I'm saying is true, or you're just basing your opinion on what somebody else has told you and not done the research yourself. Because for whatever reason, you think that I'm probably lying to you when I'm not. I have no I have nothing to gain by doing this. Absolutely nothing. I do it on my own. I do it, like I said, with my own time and energy and money. Just to be on YouTube is free, but if you want to have premium services and use all the bells and whistles like you see all the other YouTubers out there, it costs money. You can't just get on there and start pumping out videos that look good unless you're willing to spend money, and not, which I don't have right now. I put together a lot of information. I told people the story of what was happening to me through various ways, but it didn't really seem to matter to anyone. And I pretty much came out and told the world and proved it with a picture of my bank account that I have just spent $3,500 of my own money. I've I've had my girlfriend, or for lack of a better word, common law wife of 4 years, ran away from me because she was scared and more worried about herself than me or my father or my sister or what we were even doing here to begin with. I don't have to mention her name. Everybody knows who she is. I didn't slander her in any way. I was threatened, made fun of by people because of that. And that's fine too. If you're that, I don't have to say anything more on that. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But it's things like that. And me spending all my money asking for a few dollars in return just so I could eat or get cigarettes or seemed like a big imposition, which I really couldn't believe. And for what I did to give up my job, to come down here for 6 months to do this for my father and get almost absolutely no recognition at all for it, it just amazes me. And to spend all that money and at the end make a decision to leave and then be shunned by your own family that you've done this for. I've been shunned by not only them, but the online community too, because there must be something wrong with me if I'm on my own. I chose to be on my own, not because of anything anybody else did. It's because it's the only place that I truly believe that I can beat this thing is on my own, because I'm not getting any support out there. Even here at the hotel where I stay or will stay until tomorrow, I say that, everyone is helping me, but they aren't really. I went all day yesterday without eating because I don't have any money in my bank account. I've shown pictures of, you know, my page from my account online. I blacked out the account numbers and stuff, but those numbers are true. I'm not making this up. But for some reason, everybody thinks I am, label me crazy, and just not help me. The woman down at the front desk that I've been explaining to and telling even you guys that I have to get an access code on her cell phone just to get onto my bank account, to wait for money that I don't even know is going to come because I'm still waiting. The day before I leave, and I'm still waiting. I haven't eaten. Oh, I lied. The little breakfast bag that I get, that's all that's left. The yogurt cup, and I ate the banana, and there's the juice, and a little muffin, and that was it. Now, I'm not complaining. I don't eat very much in the morning anyway, but when you didn't eat all day yesterday, and you're trying to explain to people, hey, I'm waiting for money from the Canadian government, and they know this. Even my father, even my sister knew this, and they wouldn't help me. I had to go uptown and risk. I know it sounds crazy, but I had to go uptown and risk my own life just to bum a cigarette. I know it sounds crazy, and maybe it is, but in my old life, that wasn't too crazy. Going uptown to bum a cigarette if you didn't have any. But in this day and age, it's a big deal. So both of them knew this, and it didn't seem to faze them. They let me leave the house and walk uptown to bum a cigarette, knowing this. Not only risking my own life, but risking theirs when I came back from a virus laden cigarette or a potentially virus laden cigarette. That's how crazy it is. They didn't want to help me. The woman down the hall or at the hotel didn't want to help me. I went out last night. I had to use my own resources to eat and to get cigarettes on my own. No money, no help. So I'll tell you a story of what I did. I went down to the Esso gas station down the street, and it was pouring rain, and it was late, and I was walking up there in the mud, and here's this guy that I knew worked there, and he's outside having a smoke. So I'm thinking right away, ding, 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 at least I'll get a cigarette out of this. Just hold on, I have to blow my nose. So yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah, I'm at the gas station. I'm approaching the guy, and he looks up and he recognizes me because I've been in there for a few times the past few days. Hey, buddy, how's it going tonight? He asks me. And I said, well, things could be better, but what are you going to do? So he looks at me and he says, oh, you're the guy that's waiting for your money from the government. And I said, yes, that's me. Oh, well, uh, do you want to go in? And he had just lit up his cigarette. And I said, no, no, you've been working like a dog lately. Take your time, finish your smoke, and then we'll go in. Because the door's locked anyway. You can't just walk in. The new normal, right? So he gives me a cigarette. Yay! So we're standing there puffing away in the pouring rain underneath the roof thing, and everything is cool. It's nice and quiet. It's late. There's nobody around. Couple people here and there, but it's quiet. So we finish our cigarettes, go inside. First thing he does, takes off his jacket, brushes off the rain, gets behind the counter. So I walk up there right away, and he says, he even knows what kind of cigarettes I smoke, right? So he grabs a pack and he says, you gonna get anything else? And I said, no, not until I get my own cigarettes back in my pocket. Then I'll walk around and, pick up a few things because just to make sure I've been here before. I don't want to grab a whole bunch of stuff, him scan it all through the glass and all that, and me holding up the products so he can scan them, and the new way that they do it. I didn't want to do that unless I knew the money was in there. So I just make it easy. One pack of cigarettes, approved or not. So of course he runs it through. No money, as usual. So, well, hey, I use the tap. Can I plug my card in? Oh, yeah, sure. Try it that way. Maybe the machine is screwed up. So I plug it in, punch in my code, all that stuff. Declined. So I look at him, I pull it out, and I said, yeah, that's typical Justin Trudeau lying to me as usual. Check is in the mail, just like everybody else. Not to mention another organization that I've been talking to, and they left me high and dry. So, in truth, I'm very frustrated, but I can't do anything about it. So, this guy knows my story. And he looks through the glass at me and he goes, and just then there's a couple more people that come into the store. They want to buy some stuff, look around. He's got to keep an eye on them. So he says, he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, John." And he knows my name. We've talked. He says, "Hey, John, I want to help you. Hold on, and I'm going to deal with these people, and then we'll talk." So right away, I know he's going to help me. Huge relief. I just went over to the magazines and started looking through the rack. He does his thing. He comes over and he taps me on the shoulder. No gloves, no fear, just two people talking late at night in a convenience store on the highway. And he says, "Do you like Smith's snacks?" And I said, "I don't know. I don't know what Smith's snacks are, but I'd eat the I'd eat the side of a running caribou right now, if you know what I mean." And he didn't, but he's a young guy, but he got the picture. So we walk over to the snack rack, and he picks up a roast beef sandwich, Smith's Snacks written on it. He says, "This kind of stuff." And I said, "Oh, wow, yeah, that's like porterhouse steak to me right now." And so he grabs two. "Follow me." Go back to the till. He runs them through, and he's got that pack of cigarettes still sitting right beside the till. He grabs them too, scans them into a bag, into his back pocket, his bank card, tap, 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 and I'm in seventh heaven, right? And I look at him and I started crying. I really started crying. He says, "What's wrong?" And I said, "You're the first person that's actually helped me without me, you know, coming right out and begging me. I gave you enough information that you used your own critical thinking skills and came to the conclusion yourself that from what I told you was the truth and I wasn't making it up. So you wanted to help me. I wasn't trying to rip you off or scam you or whatever because I had to get to know this guy over a few days before he'd trust me, right? Like you would anyone. But these are the times we live in right now. So I got my cigarettes. I got two sandwiches. Wow, I'm so happy. So I run back to the hotel, gobble down the sandwiches, have a smoke, and I stayed up all night, doing research and making more videos about stuff that I've encountered since I've been here. And I've been wanting to get that out. But like I say, I don't know too much about YouTube videos and how to get them up there, how to attract, views and all that. It's a learning experience for me, but I'm willing to do it because I think it's important. I'm actually doing something. I'm not sitting behind my computer and just reacting. I'm actually doing something and I'm not looking for any recognition or, all the glory or I'm not trying to be a know-it-all or anything like that. I've been told by people, "Well, nobody's going to listen to you because you have a hat on and, you know, you're trying to hide." Well, here I am. This this is me. There is no hiding. This camera here has facial recognition. The last time I had fingerprints done by the RCMP, in Banff, they map your face anyway with their new fingerprint machine. So I've already been mapped. And then when I did my fingerprints the other day, which is another whole story that I will go into at a later time, they mapped it again. So I am in every database from here to God's green earth because this is through Interpol and everywhere. So this is global, right? If they want to pull up my file, anyone can that has a connection to this system, which is all hooked up to Interpol. And it's instant. Boom. So, anyway, what I was getting at was I'm just getting tired of putting all this time and energy into working when nobody is even really paying attention or just dismissing it as there he goes again. He's just rambling. And I see the analytics from the website or the YouTube channel. And some videos do well because they're only 2 minutes long. And others, the longer ones, people may view them for 5 minutes, but oh wow, he's still talking, and there's no car crashes, or there's no police takedowns, or there's no funny memes or anything like that. So they get off very quickly because it's not interesting to them. That's what they're looking for, is interesting things, not the truth. It's either got to be funny, very, very disturbing, or agree with their own point of view, or they have no interest in it. They don't want to waste any time on fluff. They want the real meat, whatever that is. And I think their real meat is what's actually happening right now and how they're pumping it out there. So the bigger fool that they can make of Trump, or the bigger fool that they can make of Justin Trudeau, or Italy, the country, they'll do it to distract their viewers away from what's really going on. And like I said in my last video, I am out there in the real world during the pandemic. I'm not stuck at home behind a computer screen or a TV screen getting my head full of fear porn, because that's pretty much all it is, and basing all my decisions on that. I told my father, I told my sister, it's not the way to do it. You have to turn off the mass media in order to look at this whole thing rationally. And if you don't, you're going to be led down the garden path, just like everybody else is right now. And believe it or not, they are being led down the garden path. And that's why they can't wait to shut people down like me or call them crazy, because they have to, or their whole world view comes crashing down. Same thing to my sister and my father. They couldn't handle it, and they called me crazy and said, John, this is all you're talking about. And I said, well, Joanne, Dad, this is all that's happening. This is happening to not just me, you, and Dad. This is happening to the planet. And we only have so much time. They're giving us lots of warnings. But if you don't take the warnings, you're going to be out of luck. And you can practice all the social distancing methods that you want. You're going to get this virus. That's the plan. And then you can deny that all you want, but that's what's going to happen. all the different ways that this virus can get from where it is to sitting on you. There's so many different vectors and delivery systems and that it doesn't matter what you do unless you're prepared to walk around covered in saran wrap for the next 5 years, you're going to get the virus. Now, whether you live through it or not, all depends on you. Not just that, but all depends on if you have a pre-existing condition. So if you do, people like my ex with lupus and Graves' disease and fibromyalgia and all the invisible afflictions, just remember that this is straight out of Donald Trump's mouth, the invisible enemy. And it's coming for people like you. It was engineered for people like you. So if you do have one of these conditions, any kind of condition, even obesity, you're at high risk of catching this. And it's going to be harder on you than it is, say, on somebody like me, because I'm fairly healthy. I might still smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, but I'm not 300 pounds and, I'm fairly fit. So I went through it already, the first wave. The second wave's coming, I'll get sick again. I know I will. But I'll live through it because I will take precautions like everyone else is going to be forced to, but by then it's going to be too late. It's going to spread far too quickly, and it's going to be stronger this time, meaning that the numbers of dead are going to be out of this world. And all they're trying to do right now on the news, radio, through music, through all of this different social programming, is to condition the general public to accept what is happening to them slowly. That's why they have to do this the way they're doing it. Because they can't just say, stay inside, you come out, you're going to be shot. They can't do that right now because there would be mass pandemonium. That's like saying, oh, the aliens are here. What are we going to do? Look, there's a big spaceship right there. Independence Day, anybody? Mass panic, right? So they have to do it slowly. They know what's coming. So they're preparing the public the only way that they know how. And that's through periodic lockdowns, gun control, martial law, all of the stuff that you thought was a conspiracy theory is now actually coming true. And that's why so many people are refusing to believe this because it goes against everything that they know, everything that they've been denying for the past few years on the internet, making fun of the people that wear the tinfoil hats and Alex Jones and David Icke and people like me. Well, it's coming true. And like I was just saying before, people like me and David Icke and Alex Jones, sure, those two are celebrities and they do it for some kind of twisted ego, but they are telling you mostly the truth. Some of it is really out there and I don't even believe it. But the main things that they're warning you about are true. But it's their delivery system that takes people aback and they just think that no way, this could never, ever be true. And look, it's happening. It is happening today. There's no denying. Um, but that's where the denial mode hits a lot of people. So they'll see something on the internet, a meme, maybe a short little video clip of anything. Now they'll start to use whatever critical skills that they have left and say, is that true, or is it the internet? And that's the big question nowadays, is what is fake and what is real? And no one knows. And that's the mystery of the internet. So just because you hear it from one source doesn't make it true. So what I do is, if I see something and I think, wow, could that be true? I don't copy and paste it to my Facebook page right away and say, oh, look what I found. Look at how smart I am. I figured this out. And put on something that comes from, a website like The Onion or The Beaverton or fakenews.com or wherever it is, because people don't even look at where it comes from. It's just on the internet, so it's got to be true, right? And it happens with a lot of people. So you have a society of people that are looking for instant knowledge. And with instant knowledge comes a lot of lies and deceit. So it's up to you to take this instant knowledge from many different sources. Oh, my phone's ringing. Hold on. Hello. Oh, not bad. Yes. Um, till 11 o'clock, right? Yeah. So I'm trying scrambling here, trying to get another uh, some money for tonight. What time, if I did say a late checkout, it'd be 12, eh? So I got an hour? Okay. Well, I'm gonna try my best, and if I can't, I'll be down there at noon, and I'll check out. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. So that's my point exactly right there. I mean, they know I'm flying back to BC on Monday. Today is Sunday. I'm only paid up till right now. So they want me to either pay it for another night or I'm out on the street. Now I have a $300 cash deposit that I had to put down in order to get this room. But I had to use that 300 for the last 2 nights. And I had to talk my way into that too. They didn't want to do it. So this is what I'm talking about is we're in the middle of a pandemic. I'm staying at a hotel group of companies. They own many hotels. This particular hotel is empty. I think there may be maybe 10 guests at the most. And my room is not going to be rented. They know I'm leaving tomorrow, but are they going to comp me a room for the night? I doubt it, unless I really, really beg. And I don't want to do that. I want to show the world what what is actually happening. So you see, this is a big corporation that doesn't care about little old me because I don't have the money. That's my predicament. So, and that's been my predicament for quite a while now. And people think I'm joking and lying about it. I'm not. I'm really hurting. But I'm getting through it. And I will get through it. That's me. So I'm not going to do anything about this. As you can see, I'm smoking. This is a non-smoking room. I've been smoking out on the balcony religiously since I got here. And I made that video last night, and I sat just inside the door and smoked because it was raining out. I'm smoking sitting right here right now because I'm running out of time. I don't have a deposit anymore, so they can't take blood out of a stone. They walk in and they smell smoke in this room. There's nothing that they can do about it except charge me. I don't have a credit card. So what are they going to do? Write me a note? Phone the police? I really don't know, and I really don't care. But it's come down to that. So wow, that's that's love, ladies and gentlemen. That's corporate love right there. And I was really glad that happened because you saw it happen right in front of you. Them demanding, right? And I can't produce because it's true. I am broke. Um, I'm even going to wait to post this onto YouTube until I'm out on the street, just to prove a point. I want people to know that I'm not lying about this. I am actually out in the world and I'm dealing with this pandemic on a personal basis. I'm not sitting behind a computer screen and cutting and pasting memes and false information. I'm doing it. I'm out there. So I will post I will post this video later, but I'll post a short clip to tell you what happened and how I'm going to deal with it for the rest of my time here in Central, which is today is the last day. So when I polish this video before I post it, I'm going to throw in a couple of things here and there just to show you what I've been doing along the way. So it might turn out to be a 45 minute video, but if it's worth it to you to watch, watch it and you might learn something. And if it's not, scroll by it and look for something funnier or something that makes you feel better. Because I'll tell you, since I started doing this, putting it out there, it makes me feel a lot better. Not about, not just about myself, but about how I'm dealing with it and how other people are dealing with it. And I just want to be happy. And I just want to spread a little bit of that happiness too, because everybody's walking around like the world is falling apart, which it is. So we need all the smiles we can get right now. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, but and yeah, it's me, John Dixon, not insane, not begging, but I'll just leave this for you. If you do want to help me, you can e-transfer me $2, e-transfer me $3, $5, whatever you want. Um, and I'm going to take all that money and I'm not going to drink it away or go get a steak and lobster with it. No, I'm going to find a place to live until tomorrow when I fly back to my job in British Columbia. So if you want to help me, that's great. My email is johnsol@yahoo.com. And if you need the spelling of it, do a little research. It's all over the place. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm almost done my cigarette anyway. I'm not gonna put the butt out on the floor. I'll flick it over the balcony. So have a great day, and I'm thinking of everyone out there, wherever you are. Just remember, you know the truth deep down. You're running out of time to admit it. So take that with a grain of salt, me son, and do what you want with it. It's alright, 'cause we're all gonna be alright. So I'll leave it at that, me boys. And, yeah. Uh, oh, the sun is actually coming out. So it is gonna be a good day. Sayonara. Uh, au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Und what he tried to have Immonich was an ear-slitten Laudenboomer, but he couldn't understand. He could not translate. So he got busted eardrums. If you know what that means, wow, you're old like me. See you later, everybody. Have a great day. Stay cool.